Going on, guys? I hope you're doing alright today. Today I'm here with my harvester ant colony. You may have seen them if you watched the harvester ant time-lapse video. And they're Pogonomyrmex occidentalis. They came from Tucson, Arizona, but they aren't illegal, and hear me out. They are a species that has been deregulated by the USDA, meaning there are no permits required to bring them across state lines, except for California and Alaska, to my knowledge. And I live in Michigan, so I'm fine. But these guys are really cool little ants. And so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a few updates every week or two on how they're doing. And so in the time lapse, if you saw, you would have seen that they weren't doing that great. They had only a couple of workers, 2 to be exact, and the queen, but not that much brood. And what happened was, when I was moving here to Michigan, the colony froze over because I got stranded in Oklahoma. And so that meant that I had to get everything out so we could get something that we need to start the car back up with. And so the workers swarmed the queen to protect her and the brood, but a lot of the workers on the exterior died because of that rapid temperature change from warm to freezing temperature of 30 Fahrenheit to 32 Fahrenheit. It was a really cold day in Oklahoma. And so, luckily, 4 workers survived, but a few died a month or 2 ago. And I was left with 2 larvae and 2 workers. Those 2 larvae are the last hope of the colony. And so I had to power feed them. Because if I didn't power feed them, if those larvae were eaten, the colony would be basically done for. There's no backups, no nothing for if they eat the larvae. And so I power fed them, I put them on heating, and there was no change for a couple of weeks. And then finally, a few days ago, the queen laid a literal omelet of eggs. It was egg galore. There were 9 eggs laid in a day. And that was great. That was more than enough for me. I checked the next day. There were 22 eggs. And I was really confused. Where did all those eggs come from such a tiny queen? And so I wondered, and I thought maybe the queen was just building up her ovaries again, maybe? I'm not sure. I'm not really knowledgeable in ant anatomy. I just know how to keep them. And so, yeah, they laid a lot, and I wanted to update you guys on that. So I'll try and get the glare here to go down. I'm sorry about that. Maybe there. Yeah, there. Right there. Should be good. There you can see some of the larvae. And so what I've been feeding these guys is a couple of fruit flies a week and a cricket or 2 every 2 weeks. I like to vary their diet because if you give ants a very varied diet, that was a tongue twister, a varied diet, that'll help their gut, supposedly, and that helps them live better and get healthier brood. So tried it and it seems like it's working, so yay. And yeah, the queen has been tearing at the cotton with her workers. That's just a common harvester ant thing. And for some of you new to ant keeping, you may think, oh no, Nicholas, why do you have them in such a tight test tube? And the reasoning for that is that ants like tight spaces. They don't like wide open space. They're not like lizards and snakes. They can't survive that well with huge spaces because that means they have a lot of space to lay out their brood, and that could be a good thing, but usually it's a bad thing because it means a lot of travel time before where they want to go, and they'll be very spread out, and ants tend to like to be close together so they can easily clean each other of any bacteria, take care of the brood easily. So that's why they're in that. Once these eggs hatch into larvae, I'll be putting them into a larger nest. Probably one of the homemade nests I have that's made out of hydrostone. And from there, they should keep growing if everything goes well. I need to keep heating them, that's for sure. So yeah, the queens of harvester ants, actually, specifically Paganomermex occidentalis, are very beautiful queens. You can see in the video right here the ruby red color. I've always been a fan of that. That the colonies, the workers tend to stay sort of medium sized for ants, so not too small, but not too big where they seem threatening to you. They pack a potent sting though, so try not to get stung by these ants. They hurt. I have been stung once before, and my whole arm was a little bit numb, up to my shoulder. It went away within an hour or two, but not something I'd like to feel again. So yeah, that's been the video for today. Hope you guys liked it, and if you liked the video, please like and subscribe to see